Okay, so day 4 of the trip is about to start, day 3 in New York. I plan on going meeting Ted in Long Island. We're going to go watch the Arsenal game. I'm going to break out the new Arsenal shirt for the very first time. I've actually never worn it apart from when I just got it home from the shop. So yeah, looking forward to that. Then I'm going to go to Raw in Brooklyn, and then we'll see where we go after that. Maybe I'll meet Kalijah and Ellis if they're about, if they're up for it. After I ended up leaving them the other night, I wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, said, go fuck yourself. But yeah, I'll try and meet up with them and hopefully have a sick last wrestling show. Raw, hopefully it's a good one. I'm at Raw. It's pretty much the last night of the trip. Barclays Centre there in the background. Hopefully, it's going to be a good show. I'm not really looking forward to it too much, to be completely honest with you. Raw after SummerSlam is not known for being a big one, not known for being that great. After last night's show ended, we're going to play off Seth Rollins open the show. Hopefully a Paul Heyman on fire promo, but apart from that, probably going to be a pretty drab show. Was awesome. The last thing I would have expected to see was the Dudley Boys back out of nowhere after all this time. Bubba Ray was at the Rumble and then we fought Method again. Incredible, incredible. Oh my god, Sting! Seriously? That's epic. Another awesome surprise. Okay, so Raw's over. And as I wait for everyone else to kind of like filter out the exits, I'm just going to sit here and wait. Just give my quick thoughts on it. I thought it was actually a brilliant show. There were so many surprises in the show. Sting turning up at the end. Who would have suspected that? Sting versus Seth Rollins announced for not Money in the Bank, for Night of Champions. That's going to be crazy. Dudley Boys coming back. Again, who would have thought the Dudley Boys would ever come back to WWE? I thought their day had well and truly been and gone. Nope, surprise, surprise, we're going to get the Dudley Boys back in the WWE. Maybe a match at Night of Champions. Maybe, I can see it already, the skeptics are going to call it, you know, current stars versus has-beens, but no, trust me, it's going to be good. Dudley Boys back in action. Then we had the debut of this Braun Swanson, I think his name is, something like that, who's joined the Wyatt family. That was epic. You know, some of the stuff in the meantime was a bit boring. The Divas Revolution stuff was boring. When I get back there, I'll give them my full thoughts. But no, while I wait in the stadium, in the arena, I'm hyped. I'm so glad I came to the show. So glad I came to all 3 events. Top stuff. So everyone's kind of fighting over all these free Sting posters. There's like boxes of these things being wheeled out. And there's people walking around with like 20 of them. I don't know why they need 20 of them for. I've picked up 2 because one's inevitably going to get fucked up. So I'll have a spare. At least I can give one to a mate or something. Look who I found again.
Cheaters. Bad people.
WWE, they still got our money.
Can you give me a brief synopsis of what you just told me?
So tonight, for Monday Night Raw at the Barclays Center, we had seats. They were good seats in the 100 section. But last night we sat in a really nice suite, and we wanted that experience again. So we kept, we brought our SummerSlam tickets, showed them at the VIP entrance so that we could get in. We got our Monday Night Raw regular tickets scanned. Then we went up to the suites and sat basically in a suite for free. It was an amazing experience.
And how much did they want to charge you in that suite?
They wanted to charge us $758.
$758. And he
sat in it
for free.
For free.
These guys, I bow to you. While I was sat on top of the building, all the way up there, these two are sitting in $750 seats for free. Respect.
Yeah, I like this.
Okay, day 4 of my trip, day 3 in New York. Probably been my favourite day so far, I'll be honest with you. Started off the day, I went and met Ted in Long Island. I filmed a few things, but just to recap what we did, I met him in where he's from. In Long Island. He then drove me to Long Beach. We wandered up and down the boardwalk for a little bit, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the sun. Excuse me, I'm a bit burpy. I've just been trying to down this water before I go to sleep, stay hydrated and all that. So we went to Long Beach and went to a bar, watched the Arsenal game. That was pretty good. I was wearing my Arsenal shirt, but it was 0-0. Would have been so much more enjoyable if Arsenal would have won. Aaron Ramsey scored a goal and had it disallowed, so what can you do? So afterwards he dropped me off at one of the train stations to set me off back to Brooklyn and to the Barclays Arena. I had to swap at Jamaica Queens, which was interesting because you hear it in all the rap songs. Nas talks about Jamaica Queens and all that stuff. Literally I was there for like 45 seconds. I walked from one train and my train pulled up straight away. I climbed straight on it because I saw a wrestling fan in the doorway. I thought he's definitely going to Barclays. Went enjoyed WWE Monday Night Raw, which I thought far exceeded what I expected from it. We started off the show with Paul Heyman cutting a promo. Lesnar's by his side, and Paul Heyman and his awesome promos. It was fantastic. Then Bo Dallas came down, and Bo Dallas said, "I've got some bad news and I got some good news. The bad news is that you got choked unconscious. The good news is that you woke up, and you woke up after a dream that you beat the Undertaker. But guess what? You can beat the Undertaker. If you just Bo leave, and Brock Lesnar destroys Bo Dallas. 4 or 5 suplexes, 1 F5. Superb start to the show. I really enjoyed it. Bo Dallas played his part, superbly. They were Lucha Dragons versus the New Day. The match is okay in itself. New Day popped me again. Let's hear it for New Day, New Day. It was good. Kofi's got a decent singing voice, and we had Xavier Woods on a trumpet. That was good. They popped me. I found it really entertaining. That New Day got the win. Primetime players were at ringside, and then the Dudley Boys. The Dudley Boys came out. You've probably seen my reaction video already. I could not believe it. That live reaction I had to record it. I had to, and it was superb. It was absolutely brilliant. I think everyone I spoke to absolutely loved the Dudley Boys return. And I'm not actually huge on the Dudley Boys, but they are a part of my youth. That Dudley's, Hardys and Edge and Christian scene was awesome. Then we had Reigns and Ambrose versus Harper and Wyatt. I was bored with this one, I'll be honest with you. I did not want to see it. I thought the match the night before at SummerSlam was good. And then that ending was superb when they debuted, what's he called? Braun Strowman. When they debuted him and he took the mask off and everyone was like, Who is this? I give WWE so much credit for this because, you know, so much of NXT nowadays is we know everyone who's going to come up. When they come up, not only just like the more hardcore fans who look at maybe the indie scene a bit more, not only do they know who it is, but everyone knows because of NXT, everyone. The way they've kept him off NXT TV though is absolutely superb. The way he got in the ring and he just dominated Ambrose and Reigns, brilliant. I really enjoyed that segment and really enjoyed his debut. So far, with the Dudleys returning, an awesome Lesnar and Heyman promo segment where they beat up Bo Dallas, and then they debut this Braun Strowman guy. But then we had Miz TV with Team PCB, which is very flat and very dull. The Bellas came out and interrupted it. Then we had a 6-woman tag team match, which was really drab and I didn't really enjoy whatsoever. It was won by Team PCB. Then we had a supposed tag match. Barrett and Stardust were supposed to take on I don't know who, but Stardust attacks Barrett before the match, and then Neville comes down and attacks Stardust, and then that's about it. Then Jon Stewart comes out and he says, right, I've got some explaining to do. He said, the only reason I did it last night was so that Cena wouldn't beat Ric Flair's streak, then Ric Flair's record. Then Ric Flair comes out and he says, no, it's going to be broken at some point. I'd rather someone who I respect does it. And that actually felt real. It actually felt real from him that like that he knows that someone will, obviously exactly what he said in the tin. He knows someone will take it and he actually respects John Cena, so he's happy for it to be him. And Cena's his mate. But then again, anyone who's in that position, Flair's going to buddy up to. Do you know what I'm saying? Stewart ended up getting FU'd by Cena at the end of the segment, which, you know, it was okay. The crowd popped for it. They obviously know Jon Stewart a lot more than I do, so they obviously cared a lot more. Then we had the main event. Ziggler, Cesaro, Ryback and Orton versus Big Show, Sheamus, Owens and Rusev. Ziggler and Cole won when Big Show accidentally gave the WMD to Sheamus, I think it was. And I think Randy Orton got the pin. No, he then RKO'd Sheamus and then got the pin. And then after the match, Owens and Wyatt both double teamed Big Show. And then all the faces got in the ring, and then they all nailed him as well. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Big Show, but everyone basically bitched him out in this segment, well, in that match. Then Stephanie and Triple H came out, and they were going to unveil the Seth Rollins statue, which we'd seen earlier on in the show. And then when Rollins, after talking for about 10-15 minutes, said, right, let's unveil it, and then they unveil it, and Sting is stood there. I did not expect that whatsoever. Now, because I've been in New York, I've been spoiler free. I've not been going online, so I didn't know that the Dudley Boys were going to come back, didn't know that Starman was going to debut, and I did not know that Sting was supposed to be there at all. So when they revealed that, I thought it was absolutely incredible. It was so good. It was so good seeing Sting, especially when you don't expect it. And now, Night of Champions, Sting versus Seth Rollins, that's going to be incredible. It's going to be absolutely brilliant putting them two together. Rollins can carry a match with anyone, especially Sting, someone who's a legend, someone who's got, you know, so much character to him. They can definitely do well there. That was Raw. I thought it was actually really good, really over-delivered for me. Then after the show, I met up with Kalijah and Ellis. Ellis, who you will all know as the shocked Undertaker guy. I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've been around him properly, you know. I met up with him the other night, but this is the first time I've been around him properly, and he's just super cool, super nice with everyone, takes pictures of everyone, talks to everyone, is interested in what they've got to say to him, has proper conversations with them. I really respect that about him. Met with Kalijah as well. Kalijah, I met him at WrestleMania 31, you know, super cool guy as well. Them two are mates, so you know, I linked up with them two, you know, hung out with them after the show a little bit. After hanging out with them for a bit, I got 2 free Sting posters. I'll show you those later in more detail, but there they are. You can't really see much of them. Okay, so here's my Sting poster. It's a defining moments one for the action figure series. Now, if you have seen my WrestleMania videos, which, just for the record, are way better than my SummerSlam ones, you will know that I got a Razor Ramon free poster. This is the front of the Sting. Okay, and here's the back. It says collect all superstars Fall 2015 series. Now it's posted 3 of 4, so I'm guessing Razor Ramon will be 1 or 2. Right, who have they got here? They've got Stone Cold Steve Austin with the red knee braces. They've got Mark Henry, Heath Slater, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho, Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella, Stardust, The Miz, Dean Ambrose, and Neville. And then you got the Battle Pack series, Lana and Rusev, the Legion of Doom, Hornswoggle and El Torito, Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger, randomly Kane and Roman Reigns with 2 parking cones, and then Ryback. So, and then here you got the Elite series. So here you go. You got Ambrose, DDP, Goldust, Bo Dallas, Stardust, Bray Wyatt. Interesting how they've got the 2 brothers vertical from each other here and here. Well, should I say here and here. And then you got Triple H with that WrestleMania 30 robe, Luke Harper with the alligators, Randy Orton, Los Matadores, Fernando and Diego, and finally Earthquake. And at the bottom, obviously, you got Sting. There it is. There's the poster I got for free. Made my way back on the subway again. This time it was empty because I waited so long with them guys, and I was quite happy with myself. I was quite happy with how this trip's turned out. I was worried at first thing, how am I going to get back from the airport by myself? How am I going to get to the shows by myself? It's been pretty much a breeze, the subway system's so easy to work out once you figure it out, which is pretty easy to do. It's awesome. Really enjoyed today. Plan for tomorrow, I'll just do a bit of shopping. Maybe see a couple sites in New York. I'll take the camera out with me. I did come to New York in October last year, so I'm probably want to do some of the stuff I did then, like Madison Square Garden and World Trade Center. Those are my favourite things last time. I might do Empire State, don't know though. I might do the Chrysler Building, might do the Statue of Liberty. None of that's nailed down yet, but it's all in my mind floating about. So yeah, I'm excited to get cracking tomorrow. My last full day in the Big Apple. Maybe ever, who knows where life's going to take me. But yeah, with that, I'm out. Thank you very much for watching this day 4 of the trip. Hopefully this has been the best one and the most enjoyable for you guys. And hopefully you'll stick around for the 5th and final. Well, there'll be a 5th one and there may be a 6th one as well. Hopefully you'll stick around for those, and I will see you all soon with more videos.